Hi guys, welcome to another video from Deep Dive Tuts. And in this video tutorial, we are going to learn about the hasOne and the belongsTo relationship. Now I'm going to use two models, the user model that comes by default in the Laravel installation and a phone model. So user has one phone and phone belongs to user. Now let's go in our code, and I've already got the phone model created, and we have the user model. Don't have to create the user model. It comes default in the Laravel installation. Now I've also got a user ID on the phone model. So the phone's table has got a user ID in it, and that links the user and the phone. So let's start by creating the relationship. So first I will go on the user model and say public function phone, and I will return this hasOne phone. So this is a hasOne relationship. Each user can have only one phone. Now I will go in the phone model and do the inverse of it. Public function user, and I will return this belongs to user. So the inverse relationship is belongs to user. Now let's go in the Tinker and see if the relationship is working. I will first search for a user. I've already got a user in place with the ID 1, and I have a phone which has got a ID 1 associated with it. So let's search for it as the user with ID 1. And if you want to get the phone, so this is the function that we need to use. So user, an arrow operator, and phone. That should give you the phone model back. Now let's do the inverse of it and see if this relationship works. So for that, I will search the phone. So searching the phone and finding the user that it belongs to. So phone, we're getting the phone back, and see if the phone user is existing in the database. And there you go. You can get the user back using the phone arrow operator user statement. So that relationship is working. So the relationship on the user and on the phone, so both are working. Next, I want to show you what happens if you have a column name that is not a default Laravel column name. So for example, say suppose in the phones table over here, you've got, instead of a user ID, say suppose you've got like a user UID in there, and this ID is linked to that user ID over here. So if you have something like a different foreign key, then Laravel will not recognize it. So let me show it to you. Let's go on the phone model, PHP Artisan Tinker, phone, and if you try to get an user, then it will return a null. So to fix that, we need to tell Laravel that the foreign key is not the user ID anymore, it is the UID. Save it. I'm going to restart Tinker, because every time you make changes to the model, you need to restart Tinker. Get the phone and try to get the user, and there you go. We're getting the user back once we have added the foreign key. Now, sometimes you may also want to not have like a ID in place for a table, and instead of that you may have a user UID. So in that case you will have to set a third parameter over here. Let me show it to you. So PHP Artisan Tinker, phone, user, and there you go. Laravel is throwing up an error because it's trying to find a user's ID column and it's not finding it. So let's make that change over here. And owner ID is the UID. Let's quickly restart Tinker, get the phone, and get the user. So now everything is working back. We need to fix the inverse relationship as well, or the relationship that you have set on the user table, because if you try to get the user like so, it will not work. So in that case it has to be UID, and let me show it to you that the phone property will throw up an error. User phone, this will be null because it's trying to find an ID on the phone's model that is a user underscore ID. So to fix that, we need to set up the foreign key as well over here. So UID and also the local key, so UID. This is to tell Laravel that foreign key now is UID, and the local key is not an ID, but it's a UID. So let's check it again. Let's restart Tinker, find the user, and get the phone. So that looks like it's working now. So this is how you handle custom columns. For default columns like user ID or ID, you don't have to fill in the second and the third parameters for the hasOne and the belongsTo relationship. It will work automatically. But if you have a different column name other than what Laravel expects, then you have to tell Laravel that you have changed the foreign key and the primary key on your model. So that's it in this video. In the next video, we are going to see some more relationship. So subscribe to the channel to get regular updates, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.